Welcome back to a Satisfactory prep video. I'm thinking, can we use Grok to get us some ideas for our next build on 1.0? I'm going to ask it to generate a photo of a futuristic, because it is still Satisfactory. Storage tower in the heart of a industrial city. So much easier to type when you're not doing it for hundreds of people at the same time. Let's see what that generates. See if we can get some ideas here. I kind of like what you're doing. I like this mindset. I feel like these are very storagey. I like the idea of this being maybe a transportation area. How do I zoom in? Let me zoom in a little bit here. We need some zoom capability. Oh yeah. You're not gonna let me go any more than that? 500 is the max. So what do I like? I like these towers. Can I save this? Save image as. Let's put this somewhere. Download. Let's make a little folder here. Grok Satisfactory 1.0 ideas. Enter. Storage tower 1. I like it that it's elevated, right? I like this idea. It's elevated off the ground, so that would allow us to put in some trucking, maybe trains, definitely conveyor belts. I like this idea. I like the idea of this being some sort of lift mechanism potentially. And I kind of like how these are storage compartments, right? Like you could pull one off and you would see hundreds of thousands of items. So there's something here. Can I tell it to try again? Very nice. Same prompt as before, but at night. Ooh. Interesting. So it's definitely, again, it's got that elevation, though this has potential to be the places where you would go to pick up things, right? You could have the place kind of like a storefront, but the storefront in our case would be outputs for copper bars or iron plates or things like that. So I like the storefront bottom. I should take notes of this. I should take notes. No, I could just save it. Well, yeah, no, I'll just save it. The lighting is a little intense, but I see what they're going for. So let's try, let's save that one. We'll make that one too. I like the idea of it being an outdoor storefront. That's what I'm taking from this one. And then I'm just going to say, like where your heads at? Try again. It might not like the fact that I'm being so flippy. Ooh. I like the glowing roof concept. I really wish I could generate smoke. But to have the storage to act as like a lighthouse, a center, a beacon to find the center of the city. I like this idea. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to save that one too. Or I guess I'm going to save that one 3. Okay. Instead of nighttime, how about sunset? Let's see what we get this time. So this is more of a... This is kind of the stuff I built last time. Will they focus on the tower's illuminated top where the heads would be? I don't know. It's taking a lot of my non-productive thought process and integrating it. Futuristic at sunset. Let's try that. Copy, paste, go. Yeah, they're definitely focused on this idea of it being lifted. This looks more like a hotel. Very focused on it being lifted. I kind of like this one. It's not great, but I kind of like it. Let's try this futuristic storage tower in the heart of Tokyo. Where's my K? Sorry. At night. I want to focus on the lighting here. Did I forget how to spell Tokyo? T-O-K-Y-O. Yeah, what are you doing? Ooh, is that even possible? I mean, rounded, sure, I can do. But to do something that even has sort of that hourglass figure. Ooh, that's tough. That would be tough. But man, that would be a statement piece. You know what? I'm going to save it. What I like about this one is that it has a very interesting kind of lighting on every point. And then it has that top, and then it's got these up lights. So there's something here. Futuristic storage tower, and this is just for the storage tower, you know, it's kind of being crazy. Futuristic storage tower in the heart of ancient Rome. Yes, I want to see if you can play with futuristic and ancient Rome at the same time. Oh, I see. I got a future tower in the old world. Okay, all right. I don't know what it's storing. Yeah, this one's not really great. Would I want the ability to see everything? I don't think so. This is kind of... I'm just going to say try again. And try again, please. This is better. I am considering making it kind of a cyan city. I like this kind of inset concept. Yeah, we'll save that one. Hold on one second. I wanted to tweet myself, and then I'll just tweet it out to everybody. Why not? This, can I see my own tweets? How do I see my own tweets? Oh, yeah. This one is very cool. So it has a lot of the same stuff that we've been looking at. Uplighting, elevation. I like the orange lights. I like the inset nature of it. So the reason why I like the inset nature is you could do something with blueprints to make this work. Right? The height of each blueprint could end with the inset happening. And then you would just, the next one would look like this, and then we'd go there. Let me zoom in so you can see. So then the blueprint would go from the ground up to the bottom of this inset. Then you could just and then at the top, you could do something with the lighting. So let me save that one. That'll be our last one we save. 7 for the storage towers, not bad. Then when we're starting, what do we want to start with? Let me jump back into Grok here. Let's try a concrete. Let's say a concrete. Ugh, do I know how to spell concrete? Factory in the year 3000. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. But actually, you know what? I'm not ready to abandon my storage tower idea. We need storage tower. No, we need futuristic storage tower. Internal view. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this. Wait, futuristic storage tower interview? That's not what I wanted. I mean, that's probably exactly what I typed, but... I want to see inside the tower. Yeah, I kind of like what they're going for here. I could definitely make use of something like this. If I could figure out how to build this circle-y type doorway, I could do it with squares. Wouldn't have to be circle-y. I'll just save that. It's not bad. Storage tower inside one. Let's try futuristic storage tower garage. See if we can get some internal inside view, right? I think I got a good... Well, now let's really focus on the car. Futuristic storage tower entryway. That's just an entryway for a house. I'm kind of out of the zeitgeist at this point. Let's try this again. Futuristic. Ugh. All right, hold on. Futuristic storage tower. It's probably getting thrown off by the storage tower. Futuristic storage tower. I'm going to just use Google here for a second. Okay, so yeah, it's getting thrown off by storage tower in the entryway. Futuristic storage tower gets a little closer. Yeah, this idea of it being elevated is very common. So skip the storage tower. Futuristic control room. Skyscraper. I like where this is headed. That's intense. I'd love to be able to build a view like that. That would be kind of awesome. I'm saving this. That's one thing I wish Satisfactory had, was more kind of control or inputs. Like, the only thing you can really do is flip light. Yeah, that's kind of cool, but do you really want to be able to control lights across your entire base from one location? I mean, meh. But if you could get feedback from, like, speeds of items being processed or speeds of items on a belt, that would be cool. I know it would be expensive to process, but it still would be quite cool. All right, let's see. Futuristic control room, skyscraper. Let's see what you generate over here. I definitely like where you're headed, where your mind's at on this one. I like everything about this. I don't know if I want to do a rounded. The problem with the rounded buildings is that you kind of more lose control on the base side. The base size. You can't just say, well, I just make it a little bigger, right? Because it's rounded and you lose a little control. Let's just ask to do it again. Uh-huh. This ceiling definitely has some... I kind of like this ceiling a lot. It's kind of inset, but then we could double the lighting with a stripe with a really glossy floor. I'm going to save this. I like this. I'm just going to say again, please. This is definitely the office at the top. Satisfactory has no furniture though, so you wouldn't be able to build anything that would actually result in a seating arrangement of any kind. It simply is not allowed. I might save that one though. Nothing's jumping out at me. I definitely like the color scheme. Understanding how a palette might work as opposed to just using the same color for everything. Like there's some good cyan blues and then some clean whites in here. And then there's like this white edge light. There's something to be gleaned from that. Futuristic control room skyscraper. Let's just add the word Asian. See how that sort of throws a little twist on things. I definitely like this idea of being able to see other buildings. I know I'm saying skyscraper, so that's the reason why it's doing that. And again, this time it's giving me the orange tracer lights. I'm going to ask it to try again, then we're going to call it on this thought anyway. Ooh. Something about this is jumping out at me. I actually like the building we're looking at more than I like the building we're in. That could be really cool. This is probably a mega factory though. Like if I was going to build something like this, I might as well just stuff it all in one giant factory. Let's save that. I'm not necessarily totally completely stuck on making a non-mega factory. I'm going to say same but different, please. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it's really focused on looking out at the other buildings. All right, I think we're good there. Let's start over, and I want to make a concrete factory. Let's just call it a sci-fi. Concrete factory. I've been typing my whole life. I promise I know how to type. Sci-fi concrete factory. All right, so sci-fi wasn't enough. I gotta specify futuristic. I'm like, well, are we still using concrete in the future? I like that this is on the water. I really wish we could put in flames. That'd be so cool. This is definitely a brutalist architecture. I could definitely see some of these rounded areas being kind of like the water storage. And then just cranking concrete in kind of a brutalist situation. I don't even know what to call it. I like that this is in the water a lot. Let's save that one. Concrete 1. Try again. Please. Let's just try again. Obviously, adding the futuristic was helpful. We can't... Well, let's think. I mean, I could put a real tight cylinder together and build off of that. What I like from this, though, are these protruding balconies at the bottom. And I could definitely see us using the built-in railings Now this could serve as an entry point. Oh, sorry. I'm not showing my mouse. Let me figure out how to do that. There we go. So I was saying we could put the whole thing in a giant tower and then have service areas down here where this truck is. But I was liking these balconies, how there was like a balcony, then another balcony, and then a further protruding balcony. I like that. There's something to be said for that. Concrete 2. Let's see if we can get... I like to get 3 ideas at a minimum. Can I generate 2 more, please? Let's see if I ask for 2 instead of just 1. Let's see what it does. It still just gave me 1. So yeah, they're very focused. So I like the combination here. It's not a factory that makes concrete. It's a factory made out of concrete. But that aside, I like this, how it's sort of squaring off the water sources. And I kind of like, I do kind of like this gothic nature of this. I also like this internal detail, this rounded detail here. Is that something I can do? If the factory was big enough, you could do it. It would be a really big factory, though. You know what? I'm saving this. What if we said, let's just go again. Futuristic concrete factory. Post-apocalyptic. We'll see how destroyed they make it. Ooh, it's not destroyed at all. There's a definite motif around this that's calling for the concrete factory to be circular. I kind of like the irony in that. The hard corners of concrete being made in a circular tower. Something about that is appealing, I have to admit. Futuristic sci-fi concrete factory. Downtown. Asia. Let's say China, though I know China is a country, not a city. There's nothing about this that tells me it's China, and yet kind of feels like China. What I like about this, though, is that it has this elevated nature. You could, like, have a tower that takes in the limestone and then stores it locally and then ships it out to these other towers where that actually makes it, then ships it back. There's something there. That could be interesting. be like 5 towers, one in the center that stores and ships, and the ones on the outers that process. Let's see, futuristic sci-fi factory downtown. What if instead of instead of China, I said something like London? Ooh, we know what we need. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna be upset that I did this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's see what we get. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. It's not jumping out at me, but something about it did kind of give me the positive vibes. And then I'm gonna just throw in steampunk. I haven't done it yet. I want to see what it does. Unfortunately, Satisfactory doesn't offer you any moving parts of any real note. So you can't really do steampunk. But man, a real bright orange factory. If you replace this with a train track that was curving around, going down and curving around, that could be really cool. All right. What other things are we going to build early game? Coal? Let's ask for a small futuristic coal power plant. Just drop those nukes right in the middle of it. Same, but without nuclear. Cooling towers, please. Still squeezes in a nuclear cooling tower. Small coal power plant. This one's not jumping out at me as much. And they really want these cooling towers. Could you imagine living in a city where the giant cooling towers like that? That'd be rough. Let's just try coal power plant, see what we get. All right. Maybe our understanding of what a coal power plant should be like is off. Let's try general Google. See if we get tons and tons. Well, there are cooling towers involved. Okay. All right. All right. Fine. What if I, instead of saying small futuristic power plant. Oh, why are we in post-apocalyptic downtown London without cooling towers? Small futuristic power plant. Go. I wonder if it thinks of a power plant having cooling towers. Actually, kind of interesting. It's not perfect. But there's something here. Last time I went overboard on the coal power plant. I ended up building over 100 coal power plants. Probably not going to do that this time. Why did you generate it with all this other stuff when I only asked for small futuristic power plant? Yeah. How do I tell you to chat history? Ugh. Let's see what you do in fun mode. You're really stuck on this stuff I'm not asking for. I don't know if the power plant, though there's something, there's a kernel of idea here. Oh, there's a regenerate button. I could just do that. I like the water pumping around in there. And we are going to have to deal with water to have coal. Now I feel obligated to go back and like the ones that I liked. Maybe not like the ones I didn't like. Just to help train this thing. Actually, okay, well, once it's locked, it's locked. That one I was kind of nonplussed. I do like this one. And that one was okay. I liked that one. That one was okay as well. This one was sort of the best of the skyscraper view ones. There was something to be said for this inlay piece. Yeah, circular is always cool. Then we kind of messed up there. And there, and there. This one was okay-ish. Oh, wait. I said okay-ish, not down, but down is down, I guess. Down. Up. Up. Though that was more of a hotel. I'm kind of nonplussed on that one, though I'm using that term wrong. I like this one. This one's okay. This one's really cool. I like this idea a lot. Okay. Let's go over here. What other things are we doing right off the bat? You build biomass, but I know that you're going to be able to do biomass buildings and automate it. I'd probably just do an automated simple sorter for that one. Let's see what a futuristic water storage looks like. Duh. Boring. Try again. Maybe. I wish I could do that. I mean, you could just have it be blue and just store all the water in there. You could actually store the water down here and just have this be a fully decorative piece. All right, you got me. Water 1, save. It's kind of stuck on this same thing. We got to throw some stuff in it. Futuristic water tower storage in the heart. Let's try the in the heart of a sci-fi city. Well, that's definitely different. There's no way for me to do tapered, rounded glass. I could do tapered, I could do rounded, or I could do glass. I don't think I could do any two of those. They may all be mutually exclusive. Maybe we could do rounded glass. Let's try it again. I'm curious. I'm throwing at something that's going to make it focus on rounded solutions. I hate it when I'm right. This one I kind of like, though. I like this centerpiece. I like the idea of it being like blue, wide, surrounded by these pieces with a highlighted door that's got a contrast on it. Then you could beacon it with a rounded piece at the top. And that doesn't even have to be the functional part. You can put the functional part above or below it. Just put a lot of water in there. We're going to save this one. Definitely has some opportunity. Let's try it again. Throw you a thumbs up, go again. I like this one a lot. It is not viable, but there is something to be said for it. One, I like this idea of this blue. I mean, for this to really be cool, we have to build it on a natural water source. And then like under here, you just put a bunch of pumps. And then you'd pump that water up to the top. And then you would use gravity to feed all of your... I like this one. If it's built directly on a water source. Let's try again. That wasn't too bad. Golly, I wish I could do this. How close can I get to this? We could do the infinity mirror, but do it with blue. Maybe there's something. maybe there's something that would approximate that. Of course, now that I've started it, it's keeping the focus. Boo, Satisfactory being a hog. Ah, there we go. Maybe we have to put it over here. We'll put it on the secondary monitor while that loads. I like this one a lot. We're going to save this. Let's just save it. I like this idea. I like the reflected underwater. Ah, it's too bad that as soon as you put a light underwater, it stops showing through. This is as close as I could get to what we're seeing here is our power tower. Is there a moving background that otherwise does it for us? I don't think these backgrounds even move. Oh man, if that actually was connected to the height of water in the system, that would be so good. I don't think any of these other ones we were going to come close. Massive Christmas theme. Any of these other ones is just an absolute nightmare. I'm not even going to look at that one. Maybe the pure squares. That's as close as you're going to get, though. All right. It's as bad as I thought. One more. I like the uplight concept on this. If I could pull something like that off with it rounded, that would be amazing. That could be possible. I'm going to save this. The rounded uplit base. If you did it without text, you could do it. try one more. Then we'll call it. They really want me to build a rounded building, don't they? This could be quite cool. I'm going to save this one. I like what's going on there. Just looks cool. This part we could obviously do. This part would be more complicated and not impossible. This part would be the hardest thing. Let's do one more. It's definitely focused on this rounded, futuristic water storage tower in the heart of a sci-fi city. Futuristic rectangular. Let's see if we can get it out of its circle. Though I do want to save this. If only you could build a building and then fill it with actual water. I think I'm going to say one more and then we're actually going to do it. Last one. Good, bad, or indifferent. If we could build this right on the edge of a waterfall, that could be extremely interesting. What I like about this is the idea that you could turn it into like a park, square this water off, incorporate that into the design, and then have this be the storage for the water. Maybe under here you could have the pumps going to fill everything up. There's something there. All right, we're gonna call it there. Just showing you how I or you could use AI to get ideas for your Satisfactory 1.0 build. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.